Welcome to The Approach Shot, the golf show that's more laughs than links, more stories than strokes, more guffaws than golfers. Here are the hosts of The Approach Shot, John Ashton and Neil Michaels.
This is us. I am John Ashton.
I'm Neil Michaels.
It's The Approach Shot. A lot of people in a lot of the country have had some trials and tribulations, meteorologically speaking. You, Mr. I live in San Diego where it's beautiful 24/7, 365. You have mentioned you have decent weather ad nauseum.
It's only ad nauseum because it's true. Hold on, let me go outside. 76, let me come back in. Okay.
It may be true, but it's still obnoxious. You could have some sympathy, or at least some empathy for the rest of us. I talked to a friend of mine in New England. And he said you can say whatever you want to about how cold and snowy it gets. But I do have to say that living in New England, I can guarantee that we are going to have all 4 seasons. And I said, I think I can do one better than that.
You can.
I've had all 4 seasons last week. I mean, a week and a half ago, it's 17 degrees and we get an inch of ice. And then the next day, it's 20 degrees and we get 6 inches of snow. 5 days later, I went to play golf.
You had a tea time midweek.
I got 4 seasons every week. I'm fine. I'm cool.
I'm going to let you have your day, but I am going to remind you that 76 all the time. And if I want 4 seasons, I can drive downtown and go to the hotel. That would be just fine. My daughter, who is a singer and a darn good one, people knew she was a singer, so they would say all the time, "Oh, you're a singer, sing something for us." And, like Dance Monkey kind of thing. And today we have a comedian that's a golfer, and then in Golf is a Funny Game, we have a comedian. So we have lots and lots of laughs this week, but I guarantee you, when you were on the air and when I was on the air and people heard our shows and they thought we were funny, they would say, "Oh, you're the guy on the air. Say something funny."
Yeah.
Today, we don't have to be funny at all because we have 2 other people to do it for us.
We are breaking the format just a tad, man. But Jeff Allen, who is consummate professional comedian, he's been doing it forever and he is just so funny. A scratch golfer. Or at least he used to be. You want to be funny, Jeff? You want to tell a joke? Yeah, okay, but I'd rather talk about golf. I mean...
From the time we stop talking until the time they stop talking, you will laugh.
Continuously.
When we're talking,
So hang out because we have 2 of the funniest people in the land coming up on this entire version of The Approach Shot. Don't you move.
Could COVID really cost you your home? Well, cybercrime is up 75%, but the type you really need to worry about is home title theft, which is why you need Home Title Lock. Cyber criminals are after our homes, and it's easier than you'd think. The title documents to our homes are online now. The thief finds your home's title and forges your signature on a quitclaim deed stating you sold your home, and he's the new owner. Then he takes out loans on your home and leaves you in debt. You won't know until late payments or eviction notices arrive. Insurance doesn't cover you, and neither do common identity theft programs. For pennies a day, Home Title Lock protects your most valuable asset. The instant Home Title Lock detects someone tampering with your home's title, they help shut it down. Go to HometitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim and receive 30 free days of protection with promo code RADIO. Go to HometitleLock.com. HometitleLock.com.
And thanks for coming back. This is The Approach Shot. I am John Ashton. He is Neil Michaels. Jeff Allen is one of the best comedians around. He's been around.
Yeah, he stood up before stand-up.
He did. But he has been touring with a show that he calls The America I Grew Up In. Go to Facebook and look for Dry Bar Comedy.
Yeah.
And he is one of the mainstays of dry bar comedy. I mean, he's clean but funny. Tears running down your face funny. Jeff Allen.
Yeah, you sure the tears aren't from like hemorrhoidal pain? I don't even know why I said that. That's what a way to start a thing out, you know. I've been dealing with it for the last couple of weeks. So
does kind of permeate your thoughts, doesn't it? Huh?
Yeah. When you're this age, yeah.
We're sitting here talking about, John makes it no secret that he's from New England and is a Tom Brady fan. And I make no secret of the fact that I don't believe that John has ever made a correct prediction. So,
well, good. You're due then. See, that's how that's how I am. I'm counterintuitive. Well, God, if you miss 14 in a row, then maybe, hey, even a blind squirrel, acorn, all of that, So.
Right. Well, and John, didn't you say that your wife and you had a little disagreement about where you were going to be watching the game?
We have a disagreement about most everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, my father gave me one piece of marital advice before he sent me off to be with my wife. He said, before you argue with your wife, ask yourself 2 questions. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And then he broke down and sobbed right in front of me. I had no idea what it meant, but I tell you now, after 35 years with this woman, I'm a happy, happy, happy man. It's funny because it takes time to figure out, how your wife or husband even really communicates. And it took me a couple of years to figure out she will never tell me to do anything because it's not her nature to tell me what to do. Mm-hmm. What she'll do is ask me a question. From the question, I got to stand there and figure out what it is she wants me to do. So if I leave a pair of my underwear in the middle of the bedroom floor, the simple thing would be to say, pick those up. But that's not her nature to tell me. Right. So she'll look at my underwear, and then ask me, are those yours? Well, I hope they are. Otherwise, I got a few questions of my own. And here's my favorite one. You guys appreciate this because it's a golf program. If I'm leaving the house with golf clubs on my shoulder and golf shoes in my hands, and she asks, where are you going? I know better today. Obviously not golfing. I know that. So I'll put these in the car. I'll come back and mow the lawn. Is that what you want me to do? God love her. Well, they say that women are like onions, and I've been peeling this one for 35 years. I still am probably not anywhere near the center, not anywhere near the core.
Is that why
Which
you're
explains
crying?
all the tears I've had over the years. Yes, that's why I had all these tears.
Oh yeah. My parents were married for 42 years before my mom passed, and I swear to God, my dad, even at the end, had no idea what she was asking him to do. Well, it comes a point where you get old enough, you can change certain. Like my hearing is getting a lot more selective as I get older because it's not changed. I just figured I'm old enough now to go, what? Huh? What? Huh? And then she walks away frustrated. I'm done talking to you. I go, oh yeah, okay. It's like our dog. Our dog got like that. I mean, the dog just kind of selectively hears. He knows what he wants to hear. Dinner. That's what he wants to hear. Get off the chair. He can't hear. Get off the couch. He can't hear. I was laughing the other day. A friend of mine. I'll be 65 in June, and he said, "What are you looking forward to at 65?" And I said, "I'm looking forward to 80." He goes, "Why?" I said, "Because I'm thinking that's the age I can join a nudist beach." Because Tammy and I have inadvertently wound up on 2 different nude beaches by just turned right instead of left. And the only people we saw were 80-year-old men. It's like they wake up, look in the mirror and go, the world's ready to see this now, And Tammy looks to me, there's this naked guy standing like 10 feet from us. She goes, well, I can't unsee that.
You playing the forward tees now?
You know what? I moved up one. I'm and it's funny. Last year, the club championship for seniors was on another tee box up, and length is not my issue. It really isn't. It's the towards. I cannot. I have a new par. I just told friends of mine my new par is 7 over. I had been scratch, and I'd actually been a plus for a while. Lately, I can't play 18 holes. I'll like the other day, I had 7 birdies and 8 bogeys, and I shot 1 over. I hit 2 or 3 balls out of bounds. I 3-putt 2 or 3 times. And again, here's what I played Harrison Bay, Jack Nicklaus course outside of Chattanooga. I was working a club there. I tee off. I hit the first 10 greens, never hit anything outside 20 feet. And I 3-putted twice and missed a straight in 4-footer for birdie on a par 5 and shot even. Starting on 11, I stripe a drive on a par 5. I pull it maybe 5 yards, my approach shot, pull it 5 yards, lose the ball, make a bogey, and I shoot 7 over for the next 6 holes or whatever it was. And I'm looking at the heavens going, why? Why won't you let me have 18 holes? Just once. I'm not asking for a lot. I don't have any high expectations anymore. I just want to not lose a ball, and I don't want to 3-putt. So my new par is 7 over. That's it. That's my par, 79. And I play a lot better that way. I don't get as angry anymore, you know. Mm-hmm. And if I shoot 80, they go, how'd you shoot? 1 over. See, and my friends think that was 73. Right. But no, it's really 80. I haven't told anybody about my new par. You know, I haven't even told the USGA about my new par. So.
I have a friend who keeps score by the number of balls he loses or finds.
See, and I always thought they should teach juniors by time. Mm-hmm. If they would teach Jude, how'd you play today? 3 hours. Hey, man, that's par. If you got done you shot par.
Yeah.
That's great. And that way I could get done in the course of an afternoon. When I see a 13-year-old plumb bobbing, I want to go up and have a chat with him or his father. Somebody is teaching this kid the plumb bob, you know. And then now the 3-fingered thing, the whole 3-fingered. I actually took 2 lessons on aim point. It's way beyond me. Yeah. I can't. You know, you got to feel the green with your feet. I go, oh, that ain't happening.
No, I can't. No,
my feet. I got neuropathy. I can't feel anything in my feet. You know? Well, I'm old.
The same thing with me. They say about, you know, figuring out the degree of slope, and also with golf carts, it's 90 degrees. It's like I didn't bring my protractor with me. I have no idea how to figure out what the degree of slope is here.
I'll tell you where I'm at with my game right now is that I can't aim anymore. For whatever reason, I'm always 20 yards right. So I'm lining up to a aim point about a foot in front of my ball. I'm not even looking at the target anymore. I don't even look at it. I just set up and look a foot in front of me and hit the ball, which is great because it's got me playing even faster. Because, you know, I used to take 2 or 3 looks at the target, and I realized it doesn't matter. If I'm looking at the target, it doesn't help me.
Yeah.
That's
been
so
there.
I know all the tour pros like to look at the target. It seems the best players in the world think it's a help to look at the target. Yeah. It doesn't help me at all. Right. Hit it and then go get it if you can find it. That's a plus.
That's right. You've been playing for a while, then I take it. Years.
Since I was 8 or 9, and then I kind of got sober when I was 31. I really just kind of switched over from alcohol and cocaine to golf. It's just as aggravating, just as expensive, but it's legal, you know. So
and just as addictive. I think we've got that part too.
And I don't know when I drive worse, when I was after a 12-pack of beer or after shooting 85. Yeah, because I've screamed out of a few parking lots in my day from the golf course, swerving to try to get control of the car. My father had the worst temper anyway. I could tell how well he played by how many stairs the clubs hit on the way down. He'd toss them down. If they made it all the way to the bottom without getting hit, then, man, he had a bad day. You know?
What are you doing these days? Are you doing live shows, or are you doing virtual shows?
Yeah, I've been busy, especially the last month or so. I just did a tour of Little Rock, Tulsa, and Wichita, and then I went to Green Bay. That was a blast. We timed it to be between the playoff because we didn't know if they were going to win. So it was between the playoff and the Super Bowl. So that's a good week to be in Green Bay is between that, you know. Yeah. So anyway, I had a blast there. Absolute blast. I love, you know, it's hard for me as a Bears fan, you know, to bite my tongue.
Yeah.
You know, I used to do a joke about my son coming in with a Brett Favre shirt on when he was 14. I said, oh, my Lord. I said, if you're going to rebel against your father, man, why don't you shoot heroin like other kids? And then the opiate epidemic got so bad. I thought that's kind of insensitive because it is. There's a lot of teens shooting. I didn't realize it. There were a lot of teens actually shooting heroin. So I dropped the joke, except for you guys. I brought it back.
I appreciate that, man.
I know. That'll get you some emails. Who's that insensitive bastard? Who is he? Who is he?
My daughter brought a guy home once to introduce us to, and he was wearing a Yankees hat.
Oh, Lord.
I grew up in Boston. It was like, no, I'm sorry.
I know. I lived in Boston.
You cannot. By law, I am required to hate the Yankees. I'm sorry.
Right.
If you're going to come through the house and date my daughter, you got to burn the hat. Whatever,
exactly.
You know, just And I lived in Boston for 2 years. Actually, I got sober in Boston. That's why we left. I said, I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it sober, babe. We got to go to somewhere else. But I love Boston. I absolutely loved Boston.